Welcome to Paperweights, the podcast where two self-proclaimed gym rats and shooting enthusiasts delve into the world of literature with a sprinkle of humor. Although their biceps could crush a walnut, don't let that intimidate you. They also have a nerdy side. Mike and Brandon have a voracious appetite for reading, particularly in the fantasy genre, and they want to share their passion with you. So grab your protein shake and your favorite novel and join us for a humorous and insightful journey into the world of books with Paperweights.
Welcome back to another episode of the Paperweights. I'm your host, Brandon.
And Justin.
And before we get started, just want to take just a brief moment of silence for my friend Casey. On Friday, he lost his battle with 3-year battle with stage 4 colon cancer. So yep. Love you, Casey. Doubt his family will listen or watch this, but if they do, I'm here. Anybody that knew Casey, he's a great guy, always left an influence. He started the Tacticalories seasoning company. Right now they're in limbo though, because they were there's some type of transition that was going on in the middle of him fighting cancer and whatnot. So hopefully they do come back. They've got some amazing seasonings. And I always kept them stocked in my spice cabinet. So, but anyway, on to more happy and joyous things. We're going to continue our conversation of An Echo of Things to Come, which is book 2 of the Licanius trilogy. It seems we're finally getting some answers and some uh, arriving at some destinations. So that'll be fun to get into. We are sponsored by Mudcat Whiskers, which is a Louisiana small business that sells men's grooming products. I personally use the beard wash, conditioner, balm, and the beard oils. And then I also have some of his cologne and candles. So any of those objects, any of those products appeal to you, head on over to the website mudcatwhiskers.com. You can use code paperweights at checkout and you'll save yourself 15%. So, all right, Justin,
All right.
how do you feel about this section?
I'm enjoying it. Some crazy things happened. It's also kind of more of a transition stage. We're kind of ramping up to what could be a Sanderlanche-esque kind of ending to this book. Because, a decent amount of travel and others, we just arrived at the boundary. We just kind of arrived at Dilanus. So see, stuff happens, but it's a little bit more of a transitional section of the book.
Yeah. Um, I will say, uh, it's not specific, but overall, there's, I don't think he does a great job of getting across how much time passes with people
Yeah.
in certain situations. Because I really, one of the things I struggle with is really believing that Caden views our other main characters as his friends. Because it seems like it really does seem like, oh, they met and over the course of 2 weeks they traveled and then they split apart and he's like, oh yeah, those are all my friends, I care about them. Like it in my mind that just seems like it was like just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he did tr I do agree. It could be more than like okay, so book one, they meet in that country. blanking on the name right now. Uh, and
Desriel?
then Desreal, yeah, Desreal, and then they go to the travel to the capital, and that's probably a couple weeks travel to get to the capital. But like book one probably takes place what like month and a half, the entire thing.
Yeah.
That's what I would
But
think.
but still, after a month and a half, he's going to Res Kartha, getting Licanius so he can go save his friends from the blind that are invading Islington.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the timing is just I don't know. It either is what I think it is, and they're just a very fast moving relationship, or it's longer than I think it is, and it just
I'm.
does not do a good job of portraying that.
I mean, he fell in love with what Carolyn in like a day or maybe an hour.
Yeah,
He met
yeah,
her like twice and was like, "I'm in love with you,"
yeah.
and
That was one of
she's in love with him.
yeah, that was
Uh,
one of the things as well that made me go like when they met, I was like, oh, he met Caroline. Oh, they met before. Oh, oh yeah, they did meet before. Wait.
yeah, they met once. They met at the Capitol, and she was like, "Oh wait, no, well, they met twice because they met first at the Capitol of Diana or Desreal, and she's like, you can't travel with him because he's a killer." And then they met at Eleanor. Yeah, for I don't know, a couple of days or yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it was the same thing like last recording where it was like it seemed like they traveled for 2 hours to get to his
His manor.
Weir's mom's house, manor house, where it seemed like it was going to be longer, uh, longer time period. Yeah, and like I I don't really know how long the trip is to Atlanta, so I it has to be a couple of weeks. I mean,
Yeah,
Asha
they
learns how
did
to use
mention
a
like
sword, so
there was mention in here that they were traveling for a few weeks, and then it was and we'll get into the summary in a bit.
yeah,
But yeah, there was mention in the chapter that they were on the road for a few weeks before reaching Dilantis, and then it cut back to Elena Alon and Weir talking his with
probably
Taris.
terrorist, yeah,
Yeah. And his mom and the king had just had a meeting. Um, and so it was like a time jump backwards. Like that timeline of Dilantis had like gone way far ahead. And then we went back to almost right after Weir's mom and the king had a meeting together that Asha was at because there was mention of Asha being
yeah,
there at a meeting. Um, I forget the context, but uh, yeah,
yeah,
it kind of tripped me up. I was like, wait, they just had this meeting. And I can't. I'd have to look at my notes
yeah,
if I even made a note of it. But
yeah. I didn't make a note of that 'cause I don't know. I kind of just weirdly go at it like depending on what happens. If it matters, then I have to try to find the timeline. But right now, it doesn't really matter, so I kind of don't really like have a recollection of the different timelines. But yeah, it is. I would say it's a hard thing to do.
oh, what it was is when the guards came up and when Brushada um,
Mm,
did the
mm.
thing, the guard said something about the Weir's mom making something, and then Asha was like, "Well, yeah, I was one of the people that were there at the meeting. I would know what was said." Or somebody
Yeah,
pointed out that she was at the meeting.
but she left after that, so I don't think that's the same meeting. Because what I got from it is Weir's mom has been planning this for a while. this like coup.
Okay, maybe so.
But I don't know. But yeah, like it's a hard thing for authors to do, because you don't want to just be like 2 weeks have passed since the last time. Some people do that, but so you have to do it a little bit more organically. And yeah, I would say this is one of his faults. Just kind of yeah, because we don't really know time, and like we don't really know how long it takes to get places. Like, is Diana seems not that far away from like all the other cities. And Weir's Manor Home is literally like an afternoon ride away, which is not no time at all. So yeah, it's a little strange.
The distance between the distance between Elena and Dylanus is the width of Texas.
Yeah, basically. Oh no, no, no! Before we get into the chapter
Right?
summaries, I was looking at the map, and I was like, I they say like the boundaries of Dome. Does it cover like the water as well, or is it? I mean, I guess it covers all the rest of the continent, but because there's like a port city and like it's kind of interesting. Like it's a dome, so you couldn't like go above it, but I'm guessing it's a full dome, so you couldn't like tunnel out. Um, but I wonder if there's any land on like the other side, like the little peninsula to the western side. Like I wonder if that's uncovered. I was just looking at the map.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe he didn't think about that. Maybe they're like, you know what? They're only gonna cross by land, so
yeah.
that's
It'd just be funny if I was like, yeah, we could have built a navy for 2,000 years, but we forgot about it,
well, I
which I
mean,
did.
just like in a Song of Ice and Fire, and they
Yeah,
didn't. Nobody really explored that of using ships,
yeah,
using ships to go around the wall, which this is basically the wall.
basically, yeah.
All right, let's jump in.
All right, we do a quick-ish summary. Once again, I'm just gonna do it by characters. We'll do Talcomar first because he doesn't really do anything. He goes to Islington, he meets the princess. He's like, I'm in love with you. And she's like, I'm also in love with you. And he tells her about stuff and they like make out. And then he's like, bye, I have to go to Diana's. He has a flashback where like he beat somebody and then like his lover was actually Nathgala in disguise. So maybe the princess. No, I'm sorry. Probably not, but we'll see.
He does
And
question it.
he does, yeah. Let's see. He gets to Dilanus. He passes a bunch of shit that happened to Asha. He meets Orkoth, which is like the
Snake.
demon, snake demon thing. Then he has a flashback to where the device got triggered. Also, where I guess the Lith were created.
That's what I got from it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't know how they're gonna destroy the world if they can't even stay in the world. So I don't know. They're like, they're gonna kill us all. Like they literally just blew up by staying here with Essence. So I don't
Yeah.
know. We
The
see
Khan
him.
attacked them. It's almost
Yeah,
like AIDS. Like
yeah. Um, we see him create the place where they live, and he literally tosses them all in there, and then like the device triggers, and we don't see anything what happens after that. So that's kind of top of not really much. Yeah, he had a majority of shit last section, and is probably going to be very heavily involved in the last section. So he's in Dylanus. I guess we can do Davian. Um,
Davian had the most.
yeah, Weir had a lot too.
Weir did have a lot.
Basically, Davian is in the vault. He gets the dagger. He thinks about getting some cool swords, but doesn't get them. They go out, they trick Rowan to send Ishali away, so Rowan gets collared by like mind wiping the elder he's with, and then
So he
like
got the dagger and the amulet. Now, was
yeah,
the amulet something they talked about, or was he just like, I'm
I
gonna get this because it
I
looks interesting?
I don't remember. Think so.
Because I just remember them like, hey, get the stone dagger and don't touch
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember why. But he gets collared and like can't talk. Then they're like, cool, they run away. Ishili is now chill. She's gotten free of the mind wipe. They go talk to the elders. The elders are really pissed off that they are. They're like, oh no, the elders are controlling all of us. We have to kill them all. They run away, but they get like a note of like good behavior, and they're like, hey, we can travel now. By like the elder guy. Um, he like sends them on their way. They talk with Rowan, and he's like, "I saw a vision. And I was trying to save all of y'all, and Scriner was telling me to do stuff." And I forget what happened to him. They were gonna kill him, but Davian's like, "We shouldn't kill him for some reason." Then he has a crazy flash forward vision,
But yeah, Davian was like, if we kill him just because of this, then we're no better than those who we're trying to stop.
which
But
makes no sense.
like, this dude is dangerous as fuck. Like, he just took over an entire college
Yeah.
uh magic users.
He also literally is the purple man from Jessica Jones, where he can't control it and just whatever he says, people do. So you kind of have to. I mean, you could guess you could cut out his tongue. It's probably what I would do. Keep him alive if you cauterize it.
Yeah.
Uh, um, yeah, and then hopefully he doesn't get a tongue like the dude from Lies Like Lamora.
Oh yeah.
Um, so maybe it's best to just kill him. You don't know what Khan can do. We actually don't know if Khan can regenerate limbs. Because
Yeah,
they can like heal each other. We don't actually know if they can regenerate. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe we'll find that out. But anyway, he has a crazy flash forward where he meets 12 Cassandrids, and they're like split apart zombies that can do crazy shit. They want to find Asha. So they want, seems like this is before the vision that we saw in book one. This is like them ordering him to talk to Asha in book one. Because they want Asha to, they want to find, they want him to figure out where, to tell Asha where the Shadraheen is, so the Shadraheen can just tell them where Asha's gonna
Asha
be.
is.
Which, sure.
And it's so confusing and hilarious that
Yeah, I don't
Davian
understand.
had to tell them like, wait, you want me to do this so they can do this?
Why can't they just kill her at the college in book one? They know where she is. I don't. Maybe it will get explained. I don't know. But yeah, it was crazy. There's a fucking insane fight where he like fights the 12 Cassandras and kills a bunch of them. And then he's like, he talks to this lady Anira who is Nethgala, and they're like, cool. And like she's like, get me out of here, help me out. He's been like into the mines or some shit. There's like Dark Aethan and stuff. But yeah, insane. So things are gonna go pretty poorly for Davian coming up. They then like head out for the boundary. The next thing, Ishali tries to get with Davian. He rejects her. She runs away. She goes away. He talks with people, then follows after her. She gets fucking like murked with spears and dies. And then by a crazy monster. Then a Shateth comes and saves Davian and kills the thing. And then Davian resurrects her. My prediction is that she was turned into an echo, kind of like Nethgala, because she's acting strange and seemed to like look at the. I don't know. It was just she seemed very dead. So the one thing we've seen of resurrection it turns people into echoes. So we'll see if I'm right. Then we next time I think they breached the boundary. We found out that Ishili had the vision of her dying, which is pretty crazy. And they go up to like the guard houses and stuff. We get some explanation of that, and then they go research the examine the boundary, and they're like, this shit is complicated. It's kind of tedious stuff.
And it's like, oh, this is the wall from Song of Ice and
Yeah,
Fire.
we do get like there's been more and more breakthroughs and of like winged creatures.
They don't have enough people to man all the
No,
outposts.
and nobody's come. They're not getting reinforcements from Tol Shen or Ilan Alam. So yeah, it's very much the wall.
And
Yeah,
the angle and the size of it too. They're like, holy shit, this is crazy.
yeah. The way
Nobody can
it's
scale it.
the way they like built the guardhouses and stuff is really cool. Where it's all like you can just see the boundary and like nothing grows. And it's just all level. It's pretty cool. But yeah. That's that. Pretty crazy Davian shit. Asha, she's basically gonna go to Dilanus. Uh, they're like, hey, Brashada is gonna come with you. You're gonna teach her because we can't really have her running around, and you're gonna be leaving the city, which is good for us. And then Brashada's like, whoa, you have a sigil of the bear, Andral. So I trust you now. You're cool. And then we get the names of all the different swords. We got Whisper, just her sword. Thief, Knowing, Sight, and Fate. Hers was the one that she has was Knowing. That's how she got the knowledge from the Shateth that she killed. Um, yeah, that's basically that. So they're like, cool, we're gonna go. They start going to Dylanus. There's like a confrontation with administrators on the way where like Brashada accidentally shoots them with essence. The big thing is that Asha sticks up for Brashada, and Brashada is like impressed and just like, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to use the sword. Then we cut Asha's learning the sword. She's like they're approaching Dylanus. She lets Layman know that she knows he's Thel. And he's like, cool, we'll talk to that later, wink, wink, maybe book three. Uh, they have a cool fight with Dark Athan where Brashada like uses the invisibility cloak to kill a bunch of them. And then they like go into Dylanus and get like immediately killed. Like all died. She falls off a bridge and to parts unknown to part four of this podcast. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. There's more.
There's more.
And
Weird. Yeah.
Layman also watched her hanging onto the bridge and was like hesitated and
Yeah.
decided to try to help her, but it was already too late.
Yeah. A bunch of the red shirts die. We didn't see him die, so he's probably not dead.
That's
Um.
funny if that's intentional that they're red
Oh
shirts.
yeah. Yeah. I forgot their cloaks were red. Um. But yeah. Nothing much really there. Um. Yeah. She's still doing the passing out thing, but it's like less or whatever, or not less, but it's less emphasized in this section. We're now we move to We're so flashback. Yeah, he's like enters the city of Prashada. He's like, hey, I need to hide you. They do the classic spy. Guards are coming. I'm gonna kiss to like distract the guards. They do that. Elric shows up. He's like, hey, I'm in this book. And he hides Prashada. Uh, basically, a lot of weird stuff is him reading the journal of his father, where you kind of find out that like the augurs were helping them, like get the things. There's this mysterious lady that had the vessels, and she's like testing them out, and showed it. So probably a Venerate. Um, Seems pretty good. We learn that the journal was notarized, which is two augurs have to do stuff with it. It's pretty cool little world building. Um, yeah, Elric's like, hey, I have to go into book three. Peace out. He leaves. We learn that he's gonna go talk with the mob because threw the match in book one. Uh, He does not tell
Basically
his
going
sister.
south to Dorne.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, peace. He's like, peace out. There's too many characters in this book, so I'm not gonna be here. Um, Even though there's not that many characters. But yeah. More importantly, does not tell his sister and asks Weir not to tell his sister. Um, then a crazy thing happens where the palace gets blown up. A lot of the palace gets blown up because a Shali attacks, and she's like,
The silly
uh,
art.
Ciliar, yeah. I get her and the other eye lady mixed up. Ishiliar attacks. She's like, Takamara's here, boom, and she blows some stuff up. She kills a bunch of people, including the bodyguard, Rip the bodyguard. Uh, though there's a point where Weir stops her a little bit because we find out that he has the Oath Stone, and we're gonna learn more about that. But then she's like fucking super powerful. But then Lars comes in, he's like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that," and she's like, "Okay," and runs away. And then we have it, right? That's basically what happens.
Alara stabs her.
Yeah, same thing.
I
They're
don't
like
think
a,
she
they're like
ran
a,
away, but
they're like immortal. Ah, yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah, I wouldn't say she just was like, yeah, you're right, and runs off. He's like, you shouldn't do that. And she's like, oh yeah, you're right. I'll stop. And he goes, haha, stab.
Yes. Then we have a pretty lame fake out where his sister's dying but not dying. She's totally fine. Um, it's just like, oh no, I'm crawling to my sister, and it's like next thing, she's fine. Then we got DTA is like, hey, my brother's gone. You suck. Anyway, he's probably gonna go see the mob. I'm gonna go see him, and she leaves later, to go off into book three. Uh, and then he learn Weir learns that his mom's trying to take over the administration. Uh, then and also he's like, oh, this oath stone's pretty cool. We should experiment with it. Talks to the mom. Mom's like, hey, should be bad. Your father was controlled. Here's the proof. Read this section. He reads the section. He's like, holy shit, my father was controlled. That sucks. And then mom's like, hey, and you also controlled me somehow because I would never let my daughter leave with you. And he's like, shit, I did have an oath stone.
I told you that
Yeah,
something happened last time.
yeah, you were correct. And he's like, all right, well, guess what? We should work together and do cool stuff. And she's like, no, you're crazy. So then he leaves. He goes and psychically tortures a dude with terrorists by experimenting with the Oath Stone. Finds out some crazy shit with him, and the terrorist is like, "Hey, guess what? You should be evil and control all the administrators to win the vote." And hey, that's what democracy is all about, right? And he's like, "No,
No.
but maybe if I can't do it legitimately, I might do that." So I'll have to see if he does do that. That's kind of what happens with here.
Yeah. Oh.
So crazy shit.
Yeah, lots of crazy shit.
Yeah, so end of our thing, we have Asha and Talcamar and Dylanus. We have Davian the boundary.
Boundary.
Same thing, kind of. And then Weir is just chilling in a little lawn, trying to do. It's kind of weird. It reminds me of Elend and Mistborn, where he's like trying to prove himself to be the leader. We'll see if he proves himself to be the leader, or goes the evil path and mind controls people.
Or maybe he turned in. Oh, wait, no, he has a gifted already.
Yeah, he's not. We do know he's not an augur,
Yes.
but he's
Not
gifted.
an augur. Oh man, where to
Yeah.
start to talk? Um, did you go back? So, well, I'll just start here. Did you go back and
hmm
read the section where in book one where Talkamar goes to talk to the Lith?
I did not.
I did. I read it. I reread it right before here, and there was um he did notice something, and I'm glad you pointed out that the bear. symbol. So whenever he went into Rescartha, there was something with the bear on it, which is the symbol of Andriel.
Yeah.
I just connected that when you mentioned the bear. Um, so yeah, the
Yeah.
lith. It seems like we know what the lith
What
are,
was that
and
on? Was that on Licanius or no? Because I mean, it would make sense if it was on Licanius.
um, let's see. Let me look it up real quick. Hold on.
Right.
I've got
Uh,
it right here. Bear, 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 bear. Let's see here.
Bear. Good show, The Bear.
Bear. I never watched it.
It's pretty good. Um,
It's at the end of this. Unbearable. Ah,
um,
here it is. Well,
here it is.
where did it go?
It was barely there.
Let's see. Leslie, yes, he dropped it, letting it clatter. Oh, whenever he grabbed the sword and he screamed, and Gerardus explained that it was the binding that happened. On his left forearm glowed a symbol of a bear.
Mhm.
He,
That
he
make
said not a wolf, but a different animal. A bear, perhaps? Do you,
that makes sense
do you not
since
know what a bear looks like? Um, so, but we know Licanius means fate. So, Gerardus, that was one of the things that Gerardus also mentioned in that chapter in book one was that the name Licanius means fate. And
that,
so
that's one of the five swords.
that's one of the five swords. But it's interesting, either knowing also gives the bear symbol, or at some point Asha held fate.
Yeah, I kind of since we see like the wolf on like all the shit Talcumar made, I kind of just assume it's like a personal brand.
Yeah.
So since he made all the swords, it makes sense that everybody would have uh like the bear brand. It is interesting that Rashada can see the sigils.
Yeah, but it comes from holding
That's one of the swords, yeah.
it came from holding or using one of the swords. And but I think also the portal box, it has the wolf on it. So like
Yeah.
Talcumar created that. And I think Davian has a wolf on his arm as well.
Does he? I guess, yeah.
Maybe. Like he sees the wolf symbol in places whenever other people don't.
Mm.
So like Weir didn't see like in book one,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. You're right,
Davian
yeah.
kept saying, "Don't you see that? It's blinding." And he's like,
Mm.
"No, I don't see anything." I don't remember what he was. It was definitely on the box for one,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
um, Weir wasn't seeing it. So
Yeah.
there's some cool stuff, and tying that into the because I immediately recognized the name when Talcumar had that uh, memory come back of him meeting with Gerardus Rue Dagon, who's like a descendant of the High Diresians,
Yeah.
and they were like, um, they spent all their life like, I'm going to get you back for killing my ancestors, and I've made a pact with the devil, but that pact ended up like betraying them and like killing a lot of them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he took pity and was like, I'm gonna save you by putting you in this uh pocket dimension somewhere
Yeah. And then doing so he fucked up the like time travel device. Um
in Diolanus.
yeah.
Yeah. What was the name of
So,
that thing?
I forget.
Yeah.
Um, the TARDIS. But yeah,
Yeah, I like
yeah,
that. Connecting more stuff.
yeah. I'm curious. I don't think we've seen any other animals besides those two, so we'll have to be on the lookout for any animals.
Yeah. We might have seen some, but didn't connect it.
True.
Because I forgot about the bear until
Same.
I went and reread it. It's like one of those things on a reread. You're like, oh, it was there the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. I just didn't have any
Um,
context for what that meant. It was just like, oh, okay, well, that's something. I'll just keep reading and pay attention to the things I do understand.
yeah, yeah. Oh, one of somebody had a vision, I forget who, but it's only Davian and the girl that's not Ishali are gonna be beyond the boundary. So perhaps they both die or get separated. Uh, I forgot about that.
Right.
I think it was Aaron or whatever his name is that had it.
Was that when they were talking and sharing stuff with each other?
I think so.
Okay, I probably didn't write that down then.
I mean, it wasn't. I don't think there was anything other than that. It was like, hey, I saw y'all walking together, but I wasn't there, and Ishali wasn't there, so we'll have to see.
So it so apparently it's Fessy gonna be Fessy and Davian.
Yeah,
Hmm.
at least they're together at some point. Who knows if the other people are dead or not? All right. You want to just do world building stuff, or you want to? We've kind of done a lot of world building,
Yeah, I
but
mean that was part of it. That's where I was. I mean, sometimes some things I want to talk about, I
oh yeah,
don't know where they really go. I mean, the Lith is kind of world building,
yeah,
explaining what they do. They're not a single character, but they are like
yeah. I mean, still don't really know, like I said, how they're gonna kill everybody, because they can't even exist in the world. Um,
maybe they can with Licanius, right?
maybe,
They weren't able to wield it, right, until somebody else did.
yeah, for some reason,
Yeah, I mean,
because of
it
magic.
it might make him immortal. Like it might make him allow him to. Well, he might already be immortal as long as Khan can't attack him. But if he
Yeah,
wields Licanius, maybe the Khan can't attack him. Who knows?
no,
I know who knows. The people that finished reading this trilogy,
yes,
they know. Soon
and
we will be one of them.
the author knows.
The author knows. Yeah. Even if he didn't write it in the books,
Yes.
he does know.
Um,
Um, the this is another thing. The fight with the um when Eschel ran off and Davian found her and excuse me, and he was attacked and then saved by the Shateth.
yeah.
I just imagine those whatever creatures they are being like brownies or pixies, like just like throwing little
Oh,
spears.
wasn't it like a giant bird creature or something?
It didn't say what
It
it
didn't say.
was.
Oh, okay. I
It
guess
was like
I.
invisible.
I guess I just invented that.
Yeah, you're maybe you read ahead.
No, I didn't read it.
I don't think it was a bird creature.
Anyway, maybe I was just playing other video games and thought of that. But yeah, this crazy little thing that can shoot spears or whatever.
Yes,
Um,
but the spears, the black stuff that's on it apparently repels um Khan,
yeah,
or is it? It's got to be Khan, right? Because Ishel's also an augur.
yeah, she's an auger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some crazy stuff.
exactly. Um, yeah, yeah. Where do you want to go from here? You want to go to characters? Got more world building stuff?
Before we do move on, I did want to mention last episode there was something cool that I didn't get to mention on the podcast was the door locks. So like um the in Tolshin that required like both gifted and augurs to be able to open. Like one of them you had to remove the essence from to unlock, the other you had to put essence into to have it unlocked. And that was a cool little mechanic, a world mechanic.
Yeah, yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
But we can move on to characters.
yeah, yeah. Don't really have. I mean, they're all. I guess the biggest character that got growth was probably Weir. With him learning his father was controlled by an augur. Um, and you kind of know, like there was a thing in the document where his father even kind of knew who it was. Um, so I'm curious what he's gonna make of that. And then of course his fight with his mom.
And after, so because of that bit, and I know this is moving on to a different character, but
You're good.
because you were talking about it, that journal entry made me think that Ishel, like I didn't even think that Ishel actually died and became an echo, which is not a bad theory. I was thinking more that she's still under control. Well, I mean, I guess it's a combination of this and Davian, not Davian, and Weir's, sorry, it is Weir. Um, his his testing of the Oath Stone, right? Where they found out that you could give commands to people and then make them forget that they ever had the command
Yeah.
or anything about it, but they still are doing whatever the command was and they have no clue why. Um, and but they don't know how long it lasts. And so
Yeah.
that made me think that Ishel is still she's a sleeper agent.
Could be, could be.
Um,
Yeah, I don't
and
know. That shit's crazy. Like, I don't know where
and
it's.
and maybe Rowan, maybe he's not actually an augur, but he has an oath stone.
Man,
But
that'd
then the but then it wouldn't have. I don't know. So he saw tendrils come out, right? But the
okay.
oath stone itself is Khan.
Should be.
Yeah. So when the Khan comes out, I mean, I'm just thinking about it, it could be whatever it wants because it's a fantasy book. But
Yeah.
if the vessels if the Oathstone is a vessel and vessels use Khan, then the augurs should be able to see the threat of Khan coming out and doing something. Um, and maybe that collar, that shackle that they put on him, it, that's strange because shadows can still use vessels, but maybe around the neck it can't. I don't know. Because there was also that thing about like these were designed to go around the neck, but we prefer to put them around the wrists
Yeah. Well,
from the journal.
wasn't it specifically made to fight against augurs?
Yes.
So it would black the con. So
Yeah.
it's basically like the fucking Oh my God. The thing from Wheel of Time. The college from Wheel of Time. It's where I kind of like, except for
Okay.
you can't like use their powers or whatever, but it's just kind of like a dampener field around him. I
Yeah.
forget what happened to him. Did he get shipped off or some shit? I can't remember.
Who?
Rowan? Rowan?
I
Did he
think he
die?
was no, I think he was turned over to the elders.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Before they left.
Yeah, before they left, they turned him over to the elders, and you know that's gonna go over well. They're gonna
Yeah.
return there, and it's like, oh, Tolshin's taken over again by the Purple Man. Okay, wait,
Well,
y'all had him shackled, and you could have killed him, and you
I
didn't.
I mean, most likely they're just gonna kill him.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Um, but yeah, Weir is more interesting. Uh, you know, I'm not just with Weir's people. I don't. I will see where the fucking weird ass side quests with the brother and sister go. I don't really need it, but maybe it will be cool. Uh, it's kind of funny.
You have time traveling magicians. You've got uh demons made of fire. You've got nobles that can fucking tell you what to do magically, but we're gonna have
Yeah.
these two siblings that seem to be human going off and doing a mundane side quest because they were marshals.
Yeah, so I assume it's gonna be interesting and tie in stuff. It's just that was a very weird. It's probably like my least favorite thing. Spoiler alert for that, just because I don't really care. Especially since Alaric wasn't in the book at all, like the previous part. So it's just kind of funny. He's like, I'm gonna go into a side quest. And I assume it's not gonna get resolved in this book. So we have that to look forward to in book three. Um, and I don't really care about Weir and Ditia's relationship. I mean, she seems cool, but yeah. So yeah, it's kind of funny. Um, but yeah, I'm curious. I, I assume we're gonna learn about Terrace's like past at this book with like him and Lehman. So that's gonna impact Weir because he's been doing a lot of stuff with Terrace. So that's gonna be fun.
Did we know? So going back to DT and Aelric, did we know that they were wards already
Of the
of the king?
yeah, we did. We learned that book one.
Okay, I had forgotten that, but like.
Yeah, it hasn't really
The
come
king,
up.
the king, well, it did here because the king
Yeah,
is like, hey, she's a ward, right? And I can kind of make her one of my heirs, and then you could marry her because she would be of nobility now, and like the king is all like, all right, I see what's going on, Neff. If you like her, I'll try to help you out and make it so that y'all can marry instead of pawning you off on some other major house that I don't give a shit about.
yeah. Uh, yeah, that's good on him. Um, yeah, Talcumar doesn't really have anything except for his, very much if we're going back to the wheel time influences, very much wheel time influence of I suddenly love this girl and she's suddenly in love with me. I mean, he doesn't really love her. He's like, I think am going to love her, but I'm just gonna but it's not love yet. Um,
But he's
so
also doing the Rand thing of like, I have to distance myself because maybe she'll get
get hurt, yeah.
killed or influenced
Oh yeah,
or
and then
she'll suffer.
she also says she also like goes somewhere. Carolyn, she's like, hey, she like tells Weir, she's like, hey, I'm leaving, but we don't actually know where she's going. So we'll see. Maybe she is Nethgala. She's like, hey, I'm going to Tylanus because I'm also Nethgala. which would be funny. That would actually be kind of funny if she was Nethgala. And you're talking about just like Jesus, every woman I fall for is Nethgala. I guess I should just be with her. Um, but yeah, that's kind of talking more. Like I said, he's going to be much more important in this last section. But the flashback was cool and pretty crazy. Yeah, Davian's stuff was cool. I mean, him.
Oh,
What?
with Weir's mother. So the orders that they stated that she gave were to detain any shadows and have them brought to Ilin Alan for questioning.
Yeah,
And this had to be af it had to have been a meeting that happened after the fight at Ilin Alan where they realized that the shadows could use the vessels.
in book one, yeah.
Yeah, and
So
then they left, and then all the shadows and the Shadraheen disappeared. Or not
yeah,
all of them, but the majority of them, right? Because you still have like Braze or whatever that
yeah,
um
yeah. It's basically like so. From what my understanding of the timeline is Weir went to the manor house, did the whole thing of last section. Weir came back with the daughter, with his sister. She came back. She came to Ulan and was like, "All right, this shit's crazy. I'm gonna like overthrow Weir." So she was doing that shit. Um, yeah. Yes, there's wait, it's a little weird. Maybe she did it because then
I'm
how
just
would
trying to
the
figure out
because
like where
how
that
does
meeting was because
well
I would have thought
it had to
that they
be
would have
after it had to be after book one because like how would the guards that they met on the side of the road know about that order? Um, you know what I'm saying? So it
yeah,
had to
because they were
be
crossing
they were
they were
crossing paths.
yeah,
So she probably did that right after the Shadraheen left or something like that. So like early book two.
yeah, okay.
Because that's the only way that makes sense. Unless, because there's not really like span reads or anything like that in this book, in this world. So there would have to be time for that order to reach out everybody. Unless like we said, this world is just way smaller than we think. And like they were able to like ride outposts in like a day and like tell everybody to like do stuff, which I don't think so. Is there a
But
scale in the
but
map?
also if Asha was in that meeting, I think her point of view should have mentioned something about having been in a meeting with Weir's mom
Yeah, and
before.
she didn't know, and like none of the it didn't seem like any like the toll people knew about it either. So maybe it was new and like they just did like really good ravens to like tell everybody it. I don't know. That's
I
a
don't,
weird
but
thing.
Asha was there though.
I think it's a different me.
I don't know. Because like they claimed something. The guards claimed something. The administrators, or they were administrators, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're ministry.
Yeah, they claimed something, and then Asha said, "Oh, you mean this?" Like, yeah, there were only a handful of people there, and I was one of them. So yeah,
Let's
you
see.
can go and tell so and so.
Do we have the chapter?
Yeah, hold on. Asha, chapter 31.
31. Let's see.
It would be in the first quarter or so of the chapter.
Let's see. Okay, who's in charge? I am. Blah, 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 blah. Wave through. Sinus cover having shadow in the group doesn't specify this is Representative Ashala. But your note doesn't hear it. Yeah. I should better hard drive. Shadow had left. The shadows had left Lenalon without positional warning. There was a general command to apprehend any that were spotted, but she assumed that his word. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So basically, they were basically the administrators were being dicks. They're like, "Hey, you have a note here saying that y'all are cool to pass, but it doesn't really specify shadows, and we have a general order to apprehend shadows, so we're gonna take her because we're assholes." And then they were like, "No, she's the representative." And she's like, yeah. The assembly granted you the right to question shadows and to bring them to the line in the event of violating non-cooperation. There was no mention of killing. She was no she was there. So there was, so I don't even know. Yeah. So basically, yeah, that kind of makes sense. You got it?
Yeah, I just don't. I still don't know the timing of that meeting though, but I understand they were like, hey,
Yeah.
the general
I, I,
order to
I,
take
I
them in, but if they resist, we can kill them. And she's like, There was nothing mentioned about killing. I would have known because I was there.
yeah. I mean, I mean, it definitely happened off screen, so we can't
Yeah,
really know. It happens sometime probably at the end of book, like between book one and two is what I'm gonna guess.
yeah, and it's just one of those things that I was like, when did that happen? Like, and it's
Yeah,
not that big of a thing, but I think it's a weakness of his writing.
I can see that.
Because like, and maybe I skipped over it. Maybe it was a, a short mention of, you know, where's mom met with the king, or maybe it was Galadrius or whatever her name is met with the king, and I didn't know that name until
Yeah,
because we did. I don't think I didn't really store that name until after Weir went to the manor and met with his mother.
yeah,
So.
same. Yeah,
Maybe it was a meeting. We could go back and I can go back and look at when the king basically when Ware went to the king and the king was like, "Hey, you should go meet with your mother." Maybe there was mention of him, the king, have being met with her
yeah. It could
around
also
then.
maybe have been mentioned when like Asha, like one of Asha's first chapters, where she's like, "Hey, all the shadows left," and it really sucks that they had this general order that like fucks us over. I don't know, but like maybe, and then it's like, oh, then you know, his mom met with, but we don't get it, the actual name. But yeah,
Um,
it's possible.
yeah. Oh, there's another thing, and I guess I may have written a note, but I have so many notes here I can't find it. But I remember there being another instance of somebody having a dizzying spell or passing out, and it might have been Brashada with the sword. Um, but something made me think of it and try and make connections with Asha passing out, but I can't remember what it is now. So
I can't remember that either. So, but yeah, um, I'm very curious to see what the Terrace and Thel thing is gonna be. Um,
yeah, and don't forget that the monk was part of their group too.
yeah, and the monk. So whatever weird secret organization they are, if they're part of like the Venerant or Talcmar stuff. But I mean, seems like he didn't know who Talcmar was, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for me with characters. They're all kind of like none of the whole of them changed too much other than Weir and see if he turns evil and controls everybody next part. Um, but yeah, we I already kind of talked about the writing style. You know, very similar to. I mean, it's the same book, so not really anything new. But yeah, still some of the like you said, some of the way time is expressed can be a little jarring, um, where you just don't know. how long? Mainly, it's the how long travel takes.
Hmm.
Uh, is which we've discussed already. But other than that, I think it's well written and cool. Um, and you don't have too much complaints on that end. Um, yeah,
I was checking to see all my highlights to see if there was anything I highlighted and made a note of that I didn't write down.
yeah. Um,
Nothing. I mean, the list of magic items that he saw
oh yeah,
in the vault was pretty cool. Let's see.
there were two swords. And a couple other things that were cool.
Why did it go away? Damn it. This is weird. Scanning the shells as he passed, but not seeing anything like the stone dagger that Driskin had described, making himself ignore the urge to pause and examine some of the objects more closely. There was an enormous globe balanced on a slender stand, taller than he was, made of dark metal and with unfamiliar continents etched onto it. So there's another planet
Potentially,
or the other side of the planet?
yeah,
Huh. A golden helmet with Darisian words covering every inch. What appeared to be a wooden goblet, unadorned, but three times a usable size and with edges as thick as his fist. That is the Holy Grail, sir.
yeah, yeah. It's the cup of a carpenter.
Yeah. A black bracer that looked suspiciously like the ones the blind had worn, though he didn't have time to more than glance at it before moving on. A set of five copper rings, three of them tarnished green. More. Each was positioned meticulously as if each shelf were a tiny shrine. Hmm.
Hmm, yeah, we'll have to see if that's those come up.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff. We got a globe of continents that he doesn't recognize. Or maybe he's just never seen a map.
He was in school for many years, so I assume they had maps.
Yeah.
But then again, the map that we have is only like one continent. Maybe not even the full thing. Oh,
I mean, it's completely, I see coastline around the
yeah,
thing
so yeah, one continent.
instead of isles.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I mean, I don't think we're gonna go to other continents or other worlds, but who knows?
That is funny. The sea, isn't there a sea of storms in A Song of Ice and Fire?
There's a sea of storms like everything. It's kind of like a Misty Mountain thing.
Aerith Ocean, though, um that is from Wheel of Time.
Mm.
Pretty sure.
Mm, who
Yeah,
knows?
Aerith Ocean, Wheel of Time.
I don't know. Maybe this is where the Swanchon are.
I mean, it could be.
This is proto Swanchon. I mean,
That's the vessels.
yeah, the Doretians are kind of uh Swanchon. This is like
Yeah,
a wheel of time.
all the
Uh,
torques and the
yeah,
I mean, we already established that it seemed like Wheel of Time fanfic.
yeah. Not so much anymore, but at the beginning, yeah.
Now there's just a whole lot of, hey, this was cool in this book. I'll put it in here, and it'll be an homage to that. But I mean, overall, the story is unique from any other fantasy that I have read.
Yeah.
Even if there are things and mechanics in the world that exist in other fantasy series.
Hmm.
It was
Yeah.
fine. It's
Oh
not a
yeah.
blatant ripoff.
Oh yeah. Everybody uses influences. But yeah, how about what's your favorite moment reading?
Um, there's quite a few that come to mind that I really like, but I'm gonna go with the 13 or 12 Cassandrids vision.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
because I was
Also,
like,
we didn't get really into it, but the fight was really insane. Just because, you can't really describe the fight, but it was a crazy fight. Davian's way more powerful in the future. Um,
oh yeah, he was just like murking all
yeah,
these people that were like basically zombie hive mind. It was like a hive mind because they would one would start talking and then another would uh,
yeah.
mention something. It reminds me of I don't know if you ever watched it. We haven't watched all the episodes. I think we've only watched the first two
Mm,
of Pluribus.
okay.
It's on
I've heard of
Apple
it. Yeah,
TV, but it's a sci-fi thing. And there's some type of bacteria or something that happens, and it creates a hive mind for everybody. It's like it expands rapidly,
yeah,
and everybody's a hive mind except for one lady who's immune to it.
yeah,
And then when they talk to her, it's like one person will be talking, and then as she moves along, another person will continue that train of thought with talking with her.
yeah. It also kind of reminded me. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, The Fallen with Denzel Washington.
I have not.
Oh, it's really good. It's basically Denzel Washington is a detective and he fights against a demon, and the demon can pass through people whenever he touches them. So there's a lot of scenes where like the demon's like talking to him, he's in a crowd, and so he's like bumping into a person, like talking to him. It's really good. I love that movie.
Fallen?
It's either Fallen or The Fallen. It's really good. It's got oh my God, the
Oh,
other guy.
Fallen.
Yeah,
It's
Fallen.
Fallen.
Yep.
Hey, Lord of the Flies is getting a TV adaptation.
Nice.
We could discuss that
Yeah.
as a book at
Uh,
some point.
it is a book. Oh, it seems like it's free on YouTube, the full movie. Um, but yeah, highly recommend that
Whether or
movie.
not that's actually legal.
I mean, it's not illegal for you. It's probably illegal for the uploader.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, that was a crazy fight. That was definitely a good favorite moment to have. That's probably one of
You
mine. Is
went blurry again.
stupid,
Bring your face to it and then slowly bring it back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go.
stupid camera. Um, but
You
yeah,
graced everybody with a very close up.
I did. I'm trying to think what my because that was probably one of the crazier moments. Um, I mean, I'll probably go with what Ishalar blowing up the palace.
That
That
was one of
was
my others.
I mean that was crazy, just unexpected, and also just shows how powerful the Veteran are and like how kind of shitty our main characters are right now. I assume they're gonna get more powerful.
It
Um,
reminds me of a certain, it reminded me of a certain scene in a mid-book in Wheel of Time.
I can see that. I will say the only thing that brought it down a little bit is the weird fake out with his sister. Um, which maybe she's still because we don't see her again, so maybe she a lasting consequence would happen. But it was just really funny. Really did make it seem like she was dead or like dying. And the next the next chapter is like, yeah, she's cool. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, Terrace healed her and the rest of his wounds.
yeah. But we don't see that the chapter of the attack. It's just like the next chapter. It's, yeah, we got healed by terrorists. He came along. Um, so that's probably my one of my favorites. Then probably the crazy. If I was gonna do a third one or second one, it would be the crazy ambush where Ishali dies and the Shateth comes. That was insane.
That one's good. And then since we all like kind of horror scenes, I thought um, the ambush by the Dargathan as our people crossed the bridge in
Yeah,
Dylanus, because like they killed three Dargathan, but then there was obviously something that tripped off an alarm somewhere, and the mist came in, and it seemed
yeah.
like they were attacked by more Dargathan.
Yeah. Correction, they didn't kill it. Brashada killed three of them. And then because then everybody else got fucked up. So she's still badass. Yeah, but that was a cool scene with the mist, and then like just seeing like a head roll back out of the mist and stuff. Um,
Again, going, when I said the Holy Grail, that reminded me of the wooden cup from Indiana Jones.
yeah,
The rolling head reminds me of Indiana Jones.
exactly, exactly. Uh, do you have a least favorite part?
We spoke about it, Caden and Caroline's relationship.
Hmm.
Um, and it's less that specific thing and more of what we discussed earlier on about his ability to relate time passing
Yeah,
and relationship building, right? So we get a lot of time with our characters, but it doesn't seem like we get like even if there was some montage, if we put a little montage of like, just scenes where they were training together or doing this and as they're traveling somewhere. Um, and one thing he doesn't do, like the editing and the formatting of his books, there's no breaks within the chapters to kind of denote a time skip or well, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I don't remember. Um, but I know Sanderson will do it a lot, like a POV change or a time change where something happens.
yeah,
Though those are easy ways to show passage of time without doing a whole lot of explaining, right? Because
yeah,
I think he doesn't want to have to like give filler and explain a whole bunch of random ass bullshit. Um, but it'd
yeah.
be nice to have a little extra something.
I mean, there is some, just to give them a little bit of credit. Like they do spend some time in book one with each other because like he's locked up in the Capitol building or wherever, and then like he goes and visits her, and then he like escapes and goes, and then she like follows him out, and he like brings her back to her room and stuff like that. So there is some stuff with that in book one to get their thing. I just think it's just not one of his fortes is romance, and it's not really what the book's about. So it's kind of not to, but like kind of like Wheel of Time and honestly Sanderson. I don't think Sanderson does romance well, except for maybe then Ellen. Um, and I guess Adel and Shalon, but they're like main characters. You know, Dizia is not really a main character. Also, like I I don't buy Asha and Davian's relationship either. Like they've like haven't been together this entire series.
Yeah, but I mean that was an
But
established thing before the.
sure, but like eh, you know
I don't think
they,
they're
they,
meant for each
they
other.
yeah, but like they've like never seen each other in this book, like except for the very end of book one.
And then Davian coming back in the vision to talk to Asha.
Yeah, but like that's not really a character because he's like a weird future sight guy. But yeah, so like none of the romance really works for me
Yeah, and
right
it goes
now.
beyond romance. Like I'm not strictly talking about romance, but like
Sure.
relationships. Like
Yeah.
Caden's friendship with them. Like you spent basically spent the traveling time from Desriel to Ilan Alan with them, and then you haven't seen them since.
Yeah, but
But they're your good friends.
I
You keep
kind of
telling everybody they're your good friends.
I kind of for where why it made sense to me is I kind of chalk it up to like, he was a blank slate with no memories,
And I
and
thought that too. And that
but
is a good point.
but yeah, I do understand because like he also hasn't really, you know, book two, he's been gone like from them. And yeah, he didn't spend that much time with them. But also,
He's about to meet back up
it
with Asha though.
yeah, if what we what we have predicted and at least one of them is a venerant, then maybe like it's bleeding over into his connection with them. Well, so we'll have to see. Maybe he had some. If he's all actually Malchesh, then maybe he has some stuff with Davian. Um, so there could be other things that get revealed that make it a little bit more make sense.
Oh, there
Um,
was more in this book about Davian finding it harder to separate his own like memories with that vision and memory of the
yeah,
wedding.
yeah,
Specifically that wedding memory.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I can totally understand that. Um, yeah, my least favorite is like I said, it's just the weird side quest with the brother and sister. I don't need it. I kind of don't care. I guess it's kind of a plus because it gets them out of the book. Um, because this book's already not bloated, but it's got a lot of moving pieces that and shit that needs to get resolved in the last section.
Hmm.
I hope it comes to be cool and relevant. Right now, I don't know what a crime boss or something will have anything to do with it, unless it's like the Shadraheen, which maybe. Um, 'Cause
I would
she has to
connect
come
it
back.
back.
Yeah, connect it back. She has to come back at some point. Hopefully, this book. Um, so maybe that's it. Um, but yeah, that's probably my least favorite. Yeah, overall, this section's really good. Um,
I
yeah.
think it's I really do like I mean now but I was gonna say I think it was my favorite section, but I did like a lot of the first section with Talcamar's visions and memory
Oh
coming
yeah.
back.
I guess
Um,
yeah. If I have a second least favorite, I just right now didn't need Rowan at all in this book. Like you could have cut his entire thing and it wouldn't have made a single difference. Except maybe that's why Tolshin didn't send people or whatever, but we could just say that they didn't believe them, or you could make something else up. And then I guess he probably dies or gets in prison, so I don't know. So hopefully his presence matters going forward, or just he goes away and never shows back up. I'm fine with that either. But yeah, his presence was kind of it's kind of bad so far. Hopefully it gets better though. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of it. We want to have some predictions for the last section.
um,
Since we're gonna end this book, we're gonna finish it.
yeah, I do think so. This isn't necessarily a prediction for the end of this book, but just speculation on something that has happened. I still think that the um, king is still under the influence or control of like either
I
an augur or an oathstone.
can see
The
that.
the timing of his change of personality with Elosian's death is way too coincidental.
Yeah,
It's almost like somebody went, "Oh fuck, the Duke is dead. There's too much heat. I need to like change things to make it look like something else was happening and go on." Um, that or Cole, Fessy, and Aaron are not as good-natured as we're being led to believe they are, which
yeah,
is seems to be a common theme in the book too. where who do
Yeah.
you trust? Like the character's like, who do you trust and what side is good? And providing evidence for both sides
Hmm.
that seem like logical and like, oh yeah, no, this if you look at it this way, that's right. But if you look at it this way, that's right too. Which one do you choose?
Yeah, it's possible that an oath stone could have been used on the Cole to command him, and then whoever, was behind that could just be doing it directly now. It's possible. Um, but yeah, I guess predictions for me. I, I kind of have a feeling. I'm just gonna go ahead and predict it. It's probably not true. I'm gonna predict that Carolyn is Nethgala. That'd be kind of cool. And that's why she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave for a bit because I'm gonna go to Dilanis to meet with what's his face." Um, it'd be kind of weirdly tragic, and make shit cool on a reread to kind of see what she's been doing as the princess. Um, and it would also make the attractions make more sense because they've been cosmically attracted for thousands of years. Um, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say we're gonna learn why what Asha is and why she's important.
I can
Like
see that.
we have to we can't leave that as a mystery to book three. So we have to learn that.
We've
Uh,
already learned more about Weir and like his
yeah,
family line, right? So we've got that and why the coup and him being remaining, excuse me, why him remaining the North Warden is important.
yeah.
Um, and then Davian,
I think Davian's thing is probably gonna end with him getting like captured to do like the whole future shit that we've already kind of seen. Um,
I can see that, yeah, because he's going there, right? And
yeah,
he said he's going to be in
in the
Ilshan Gathdale Teth, which is beyond the boundary.
yeah,
Um, and maybe they put the other two people, maybe
in like
Ishel and Aaron,
yeah,
if they're not with him in the future, in the vision they saw, maybe they get put into tributaries or whatever, and
yeah, I can see that.
to power the boundary, right?
Yeah,
Like I think that's the theory for the boundary being powered. Is the
yeah. I mean, it seems like it was confirmed that it
Yeah.
was using both two, at least two veterans. We might have more. We don't know. Um, but yeah, yeah. We have to find out what Asha, why they don't really give a fuck about Talcamore or Davian in the future. They only care about her. Um, so we have to figure out why at the end of this book. She either like gets her memories back or like it gets revealed she's like the mother Lith or something. I don't know. She's something that like is important. So yeah, that's probably my two big ones. Is that the princess is Nethgala, because I think that would just be really cool. And
And that has to do with something about why she survived the attack in Toll. Um,
Talathian at the beginning of the book.
yeah, was that Tolathian? I thought Tolathian was in Islington.
No, I mean maybe Toll whatever at the beginning of book one.
Yeah, whatever that school is.
Let's see. Map.
It's funny.
It's,
I can't.
it's in, they don't. Why don't they name it on the map? Uh, whatever. Book one stuff. Um, but yeah, why she survived? Yeah. Well, it seems like she's protected by Talcumar some for some reason. Um, So we're gonna find out why Talcum protects her. Uh, so yeah, should be
Uh,
interesting.
so I guess so the school they were at in Caladel was like oversought by Tolothian.
Okay.
That's what this is saying. It's I hope I don't get spoiled by anything, but you know.
Uh,
Yeah, it says, let's see, Tol Athian is one of two remaining outposts for the gifted, the other being Tol Shen. Located in Ilinalan and Indara, the Toll also has schools for the gifted around the country, including
okay.
the school at Caladel where Davy and Weir and Asha were taught.
Okay.
So
That's a little confusing.
you're
Did they
blurry
talk?
again.
No, we're fixing to end it, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Nope. Still didn't do it. You're gonna make me feel weird.
Oh,
Ah,
feel weird.
weird.
Weird. But yeah,
All right.
those are probably my two predictions.
I
Uh,
would, yeah, I like those.
yeah, big but and Dr. R is gonna do something, obviously. That's my prediction.
Great predictions.
He's not
I
gonna
hope
kill
that
Neth. He's not gonna kill Nethgala because we know Nethgala is in the future. Um, so something's gonna
maybe
happen.
this is his future.
No, he saw her.
Maybe the time is not linear in this book.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
So maybe this is um maybe the future Davian's future is Nethgala's past.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
All right, so cool. Cool beans. Um if you made it this far, thank you. You know, do those things that everybody talks about. Hit the little like button, the follow button, the share with your friends and family. Uh, you could subscribe to the YouTube channel so you know whenever we release a new episode. Um, and leave a rating and review whenever able and possible. Really helps us out.
Mhm.
Next episode, we will be finishing um, book two, sorry, book two of An Echo of Things to Come.
Now we're
Uh,
just gonna read the last little part of book three and see if we can make
yeah,
sense of it.
make sense of what happened in between. Um,
That would be a funny thing to do. Like we just read the last Malazan book first, and then we just go back and read the entire thing. So we have that'd be so crazy. I wonder if somebody has probably done that. Uh,
it would be it would be fun, but at the same time, I would want to be able to wipe that out and start over the correct way.
yeah, but that's the whole point is you can't. You know how it ends, but you have no context for anything.
There are people that go read the last chapter of books and then go read the book.
Yeah, it's weird.
Weird people.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so before we end, make sure you check out our sponsor, Mudcat Whiskers,
Hmm.
mudcatwhiskers.com. Use code paperweights at checkout and you'll save yourself some money. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.